Welcome to another DK Engineering inspection video. This time on our turntable we have a very beautiful 2010 Alfa Romeo 8C Spider. This car, as many will know, is very rare, particularly for the UK market. I shall first say this is a left-hand drive example that was in fact delivered new to Germany back in 2010. But back on the topic of the UK, there are, we believe, 17 examples registered here in the UK, which is of course a very, very rare proposition. So if you're looking for a rare Italian V8 sports car, of course you have an open roof, then look no further. As I say, this example was delivered new to Germany in 2010 to its first owner, so it is a left-hand drive example. When it was imported to the UK, it was of course taxes paid, so it is ready to go for a new owner in the UK. DK Engineering ourselves actually sourced this car for its current owner back in 2017. A very good client of ours who now wishes to part ways with the car, so it's going to be live on auction, powered by Kahuna, ready for its next owner to enjoy hopefully many miles in. Throughout its life, this example has been really well cared for, only really used in fine conditions, very rarely seen rain to be honest with you, and thus reflects in the condition of the car. It's benefited from front-end PPF, so as far as stone chips are concerned, you won't really see any, nor that I've spotted on the front end here. So, as I say, really well maintained. This car's finished in the really lovely paint that you can see well under the light here of Bianco Madreperla, which are the pearlescent metallic white. Really great colour for the car, I think. It's finished over a Nero interior with, of course, the Nero roof. You have Nero wing mirrors, and as well Nero option brake calipers. You have 20-inch wheels, Grigio alloy wheels of course, that are fitted with new tyres that were part of the service that was undergone on the car recently. And in its life, it's covered just 7,810 miles, all of which have been well accounted for in the very extensive history file we have for this car. I must admit, I was personally very surprised when I saw this history file for the car, because it is much larger than that would assume for a 2010 car. So it's clearly been very well cared for throughout its life, as backed up by all this documentation. So the current owner that we have sold this car to is in fact just the second owner. And I think the real selling point of this car is just how stunning it looks, and it's the sound too. Out these quad exit rear tailpipes. That V8 is rather magnificent. So as I say, it benefits from front end PPF here, so you can enjoy as many miles as you wish, relatively carefree. And throughout its life, it has been well serviced indeed. And if you would like to come and take a look at the history file for yourself, then please do. As I mentioned, this car will be live on auction, powered by Kahuna, but viewings are welcome at any point during that time. Moving to the inside of the car, what I will note first of all, what will grab most people's attention, is these really, really beautiful woven leather seats. These were an optional extra from new, and I think they set the interior of the car off very nicely indeed. You'll note that I've left the roof up on the car. I simply wanted to showcase the condition of how good this fabric roof is. Most people know fabric roofs, if they're not looked after properly, they can go downhill. But what I wanted to showcase here, that the roof, including the rear screen there, have been very well cared for and don't suffer from any negative points really. So back to the interior, the seats are actually also backed by carbon fibre, as you can see here. And there's no shortness of carbon fibre throughout the whole cabin actually at all. Firstly, we have on the door as well, but we also have this woven leather. It's just really beautiful. Carbon fibre on the upper part of the dashboard. And then as well in the center console. And as well we have the plaque there showing this car is just one of 500. But as I say, we believe there's just to be 17 registered examples in the UK. Very rare proposition, this car. Kick plate all in good order as well. And then moving around to the other side, I can show you the driver's side, where of course you have the same woven leather seat, Straight away we can see the miles covered, it's just 7,810. And then we have the flappy paddle semi-automatic gearbox, or fully automatic should you wish, at the click of a button there. And again we have this woven leather in the door and the carbon fibre. And then moving into the other parts inside the car, to release the bonnet, one would simply pull there. And then we move around to the front, where if you place your hand in there and slide to the left, you release the bonnet. So again, on the topic of carbon fibre, we can see the use of carbon fibre on the bonnet, which is nice to see. It's being kept as lightweight as possible in true Italian fashion. And then moving downwards, we see the engine bay, which really reflects the rest of the condition of the car, showing just how clean it is. As I say, very well maintained. It's very rarely has it seen rain, and it's only been used in fine conditions. So it's nice to see an engine bay that reflects the rest of the car, much like the rest of our stock at DK Engineering. And then moving to the rear of the car, we access this via the key, of which this car does of course come with two. And being that it is a convertible car, you're not given all that much generous boot space, of course, as you would expect, simply because you need to make room for the mechanism and roof to be stowed away. Again, we see the use of carbon fibre, and then the small boot, useful for a weekend away perhaps, but not loads more luggage, you could say. And to close this one, simply pulls that down and give it a gentle push. So to conclude, a very rare proposition of a beautifully styled Italian V8 Grand Tourer, of which rarity is one of the foremost factors of the car. This car, as I say, DK Engineering sold to its current owner in 2017, a good client of ours who now wishes to part ways with it. So should you be interested, please be bidding away, and happy bidding. Thank you for watching.